Good morning, everyone. It's day 8. We're headed out to the community to keep working on clay transport implementation and tile press interviews. So feeling good? Ready to go?
Of course. So we're just arriving at the community and they are already beginning to charge the cart with the solar panel. We're all standing around it. It's pretty cool.
Actually, what happened is that they thought that the solar panel has some battery somewhere, so they thought that it's better they can bring it first and let it get some power. Then they are bringing the cart right now. That's what happened.
Mike out. Look.
Tell me, how are you?
Muddy.
Nah, aya mazi murayanywa?
That's smart. A plug.
That's so smart. I love his plug.
So right now we are filling a 25-liter jerry can at the water source and timing it to see how fast it fills to get the flow rate.
Ready?
Ready,
Yep.
set, go.
Started.
Start. And you're spilling.
Oh.
So 2 minutes.
She's comfortable or confident addressing any issue which wasn't before. So joining the corps has helped her improve her life and even living at home. She has the hope that the production is going to increase. They're going to make so many tiles in a very short period of time, and the more the tiles they make, the more money they make too. And instead of sharing like 1,000 or 2,000 within themselves, among themselves, maybe it's gonna go to 5,000 or even more, and then that will help her make her life better and her family, because instead of paying one person to do her farm work like twice a week, she would hire 3 or 2, or people do like 3 times or 4 times in a week, and also at home she's gonna like grow more crops and do some like business together. And we also like feel good like to share our ideas, our suggestions, our thoughts with you, and thank you so much.
We just interviewed Mediatrice, and she's the president of the co-op. And that was a really cool interview because it was different from the other ones we've done in past years. It was more personal, asking her how the co-op and her experience in the co-op has affected her. So it was just a really great time to like get to know her on a more like personal level, because sometimes we always say like, oh, the community, but we kind of forget that it's made up of individuals who have great experiences and great insights. So it was really cool.
So this was the first interview, or yeah, I guess the first interview that John and I got to sit in on, and it was actually really nice to hear her perspective, especially because John and I do a lot of the like work, but not necessarily getting to know these people. So it was really, really nice to hear what she had to say, and I think Sydney and Kiki did a really great job.
It was nice hearing from her directly because even though this is my 3rd time in country, I never actually got to sit in because I was always just focused on the project at hand. But it was really just great hearing it straight from them. I was also happy to hear that we're all on the same page about our role, and that they understand that we are still a growing organization, and that we maybe have not always done everything perfectly in the past, but that we're learning, constantly learning how we can be better and how we can learn from them and better do projects and make them more sustainable.
Have that protection on it. And so tomorrow we're going to go over like a monthly maintenance schedule. Cut
Here we are. Felix is now driving the cart down the hill. Nice and slow. About to go pick up some clay for the first time with the community.
And I think they'll figure it out. They just want to let the police drive it. I'm a kuru.
Where we're harvesting the clay from this pit that they've harvested, and then they cover it with banana leaves to keep it wet after they've all mushed it up. And then we carry these loads to the cart, which hopefully they'll just be able to bring the cart to this area in the future. But this is about probably 8 kilograms. I don't know. What do you think?
Maybe 10, 15.
Probably more.
Probably 10.
I don't know.
I'll say 10.
But this is one typical load that maybe a stronger member of the co-op may be able to carry, and we can do quite a few of these loads in the cart.
This would be way easier on my head.
Yeah, this would be, I understand.
I can smush it down.
Okay.
Maybe. Here we are, full load. They're following our instructions of having a person on each side and pushing down on the back wheels when they lose traction.
We learned that with this high of a load, when it's packed past the top of the cart, turns out that it's too much of a load for the motor, and the fuse actually, the breaker needed to be reset. It actually went past 30 amps.
Wow.
Continuously.
So how did John...
So just feeling the motor now, it's a little hot. It's just barely cool enough, or not too hot to touch.
No. So we did an experiment to see how much we could load in the cart. It was a little heavy. We probably exceeded the capacity because on a really steep hill the breaker went and we had to reset the breaker. But what we had in there was 4 large blocks of clay, like the man size, and 3 smaller, more the woman size.
Woo! That's
So,
awesome.
Yeah,
I love that.
we're gonna weigh it and see exactly how many kilos and compare to one of their loads.
Okay, it's fine.
17.4.
So we came back, we weighed it, came out to 103.6 kilos, so over 200 pounds. So we'll probably drop that by 20 kilos to prevent the breaker from going again. And yeah, overall it was a great trip. They did send it off the trail a couple times, but once the steering goes down, yeah, they figured out the throttle. So it's pretty encouraging seeing that these numbers match up with almost exactly what we were designing for and what we were expecting.
Yeah. Just turn on the cart after turning it off, shutting off, letting it rest for a minute. Turned it on and pointed at the battery monitor, battery indicator, and saw that it only had 2 bars out of 3, and he told me no more. And that's what we've been trying to tell them, and it looks like they got it, and they're even telling me no more. It's important because the batteries will deteriorate over time if we start discharging it farther than this.
But it's important to make sure there's a clip that matches with the clip there. And there's a clip on top. Goes on top. Just like this one.
To make them not move too much.
Sheehan, we have a wheel problem. Alrighty, so we're here at the garage that the team came to last year to get the plate molds done. Now we're back looking for inner tubes to wrap over the bearings for the caster wheels to just keep dust out of those. Old motorcycle tube should work perfectly. Yeah, now we gotta look for some steel plates for the tile press modification and should be good. We have our casters, and we were worried because there's some bearings in here, and when we use the cart over and over and over again, we can get some dirt in there. The last thing we'd want to do is like wear that down, you know? So using the rubber tubes we got from the garage earlier and making like a little cover, almost like a little gasket looking thing that would go over and cover those holes. So we super glued it, might put a little Gorilla Tape on top for good measure, and it looks like it will keep it clean.